And we're back. The poet is in at Maine, and like I posted, I'm just here because I don't even know what's going on. But
Nobody knows
welcome, Pam.
But it's
Welcome,
all good because
Sky.
we're here.
And we're here at
That's
the
all.
end of the day.
Realize there's 3 of us, and all of our names have 3 letters.
Wow,
Special.
that's poetry. The trifecta. So, well, it's okay. Never mind. Oh, it's getting loud over here. We are at the library. I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
Hello. I never know.
Yeah, I need to talk to you. Yeah.
See, getting a poem is high demand, and it's you got to get your poem. If you don't get your poem, then that's not right. Where's everybody? Nobody's here. It's 12 o'clock,
We're just talking to ourselves today.
and we're just here talking to ourselves because we have nothing else better to do
So we can watch it later.
and stuff. And I'm going to just invite some folks and see who comes on, because either they're going to come or not. And we want y'all to
So
come.
y'all know we've been here the whole month, but we finally just got I'm volunteering now. Volunteer shirt. But, before
Yolanda,
that,
so
here.
I just want to state for the record, Yolanda's always the first one here, and when she's here, she's always speaking to us. Yolanda, you are the MVP. And she said that we are inspiring her so much. Thank you so much. Welcome, Noel. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, I don't know. Does anybody know Noel? I tagged y'all in it, so it might be one of y'all's friends. That's why I'm asking. And then again, it might be Lovely. What's up, Mama? It might be a friend of mine that I don't know. Lovely's on.
Just so you know, I'm on Facebook and I'm on the page of Facebook, so it could be a whole host of people who I've known.
I am not even.
I have like
Lovely said, "Hey, y'all."
friends on my Facebook, and I don't know about 2,500.
Yeah, like I looked at my Facebook. I have over 2,000 friends, and some of them I have
And
never.
we know all those people are not really your friends.
Yeah, because that's a lot of friends. I have.
That's too many.
And I'm just like,
That's too many.
if all of those 2,000 people just bought one of my books, like I'd be
That
just
would be
happy.
really, you need to maybe post about
I
that.
did, but they don't pay it
That
any
didn't
mind.
happen.
No,
Yeah,
they don't even.
About 2,000 of those 2,000 people don't pay attention.
Right.
Just
So-
everybody could send you $10.
Yeah, they could just
Yeah.
send me $10. That would be great. That'll be
Everybody
20
send me
something thousand
I'll
dollars,
take $1.
right?
Yeah,
20, yeah. She says, keep it up. We are. When you come in love, I need you to come down here and be with us. And be with us. Like, Lovely has one of the dopest spirits. She's just like amazing. She's been my sister since forever, and I love her to pieces.
You need to contribute to the book.
Oh, so we gotta talk to Blues about
Oh.
that, and yeah. So my timeline stuff, I'm gonna have some other ones that I did for this month that I will add to this. So when we publish, so we'll publish it, and then you could be the editor now, right?
Hey, Blues, if you watch this,
Yeah, we gotta check with
somebody
Blues
asked
to be
you
sure he's okay for
The
Blues. His
poem you wrote for
own for the
him,
book.
I feel like she would forward if we publish this book. It should be like a forward.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
best one.
We'll ask him. Yeah, that poem is brilliant. So we will ask him. I'll
It's
reach out to him if because I don't know if he's gonna see this
That
feed
should
or
be the
not,
first thing.
but I'll reach out to him. And
Dedication
yeah, let's
page
do that.
to
Let's
you,
do that.
to the reader, dedicated.
And then we got to do a cover for a picture for the cover, right? 3 of us.
I feel like we should
And I think-
conglomerate our faces in like magazine
I think-
cutouts.
I can't do it. Maybe Pam can do it.
I
I'm
can
not
do
that
that.
super. Okay, then you can do it.
I edit pictures too. Oh, you don't know about my many talents. I have so many random talents that's not even funny.
Okay. Sky's the man.
I realize I'm like the handyman of the art world.
What I think we should do is maybe even get some folks who we've written a poem for to write a little, not a whole page, a whole story, but just some thank you stuff in the back. Add to the
Yeah,
book. What you think?
we have a little bit of that, but not as
Yeah.
much as we need. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, and then that
I
becomes
agree.
the book. Yeah.
And yeah, that all needs to get collected soon.
So, well, I mean, let's let the month go by. Let's finish up, and we collectively have stuff that we're considering, and then we can move from there. Because it's easy to do what we need to do to self-publish it. And who's going to do? You going to do the editing? Because I'm not an editor. I am not.
Well, I guess the
Yeah.
question is, do we want them edited or do we want them to be
Well,
just
you
how
know
they
what?
were? Because
We
they
could-
were
Absolutely.
one-offs, right?
You're right. They don't need to be edited.
So maybe
Well,
it's okay.
We
They
can just
have-
check the grammar, right?
Well,
Okay.
it depends. Because
It's okay.
we can present them like they are in here. Just take out the poet's name and then it shows like the authentic. This was on a typewriter. So like you written all the X's and stuff.
Mhm.
Or we could just
No, I don't want it to be. I don't want to like Xerox it. It needs to be done over. I don't want it to. I don't think that we should do it. Just copy it and then I don't know if we should do that. But again, because people are actually going to purchase it and stuff like that too. If that's what we want, and then I don't think we should do that like that. We'll talk about it. We'll have a
we
meeting.
could
About it.
have two versions.
This is a very long conversation for Facebook Live.
Hey, Facebook Live.
Hey.
Just saying.
You can first and
Kind
then
of lost in the
last.
weeds over here. Sorry, guys.
So I think Pam wants to read a poem. I think
I
that's what's
do.
happening. See, that's.
I do want to
Well, why
read
didn't you just say,
something.
"Look, shut up"? I want to read a
because I don't
poem.
say that. I'm not
I know
like
you
that.
don't say that. I am.
Pam's version shut up is
Well, yeah. Right.
Oh, but now maybe I'm changing my mind. All right, I'm going to read a few. This is a book we have here at the library. Singing at the Gates. It's a collection of poems by Jimmy Santiago Baca. So this first one is called The Distance We've Arrived At. I've lost touch with the green woods in the last, what do you call years so empty? Only them and I, a thing to you who's lost touch. And we both dream our own seasons and our own fields beyond walls. Yeah, that was sadder than I thought it was going to be. Okay.
It was sad.
It was. It was. And feel that distance.
We're reading poems, guys and gals,
Yeah.
ladies and gents.
So this one is called Dreaming About Freedom, still from the same book. You can get it here at the library. Highly recommend. Dreaming About Freedom. What would I be doing if I were out? What kind of things would surround me and the people I would talk with and touch? It's been a long time. A woman's hair, her breasts, the singing of her touch, or crawling around the floor with children, all take their place among the stars, among Capricorn, the twins, and Venus. I think I would probably go out at night and breathe the fresh air, listen to the tinkles of town glitter in the night. I would probably pause by lawns, knowing how they understand me with their aromas, and flush out my wild, beautiful thoughts and feelings like wild birds, so easily scared away by the sound of closing cages.
Is that a poem?
It is a poem.
Singing at the gate.
Singing at the Gates by Jimmy Santiago Baca, one of our great American
When your TV is
poets.
off,
Hmm?
when your TV flat screen is off, what did you put on the flat screen?
I'm not in charge of that, but I can find out.
Okay. I thought I saw you programming it one time. That's why I said something. Okey-dokey. How was your lunch?
Nice, thank you.
Good.
Thank you. All right, here's another one called I Turn My Little Fan On. Air blows across my face. I could be in any number of places. I could be any number of people. Air blows across my face. Eyelids on my tawny face flecked with sweat, closed, half moons, unburned and tender. My eyelids down now as I rest my eyes, seated here on a summer morning in a cell. I awoke early enough to see the sun spearhead through the bars, ooze over tear streams, a ritual paint smeared on a humble hut of mud, biblical blood on my door of steel. A plague ferments in the air, violence, insanity, treachery. Lord God, I'd like to call to you now. Silence, my guardian angel. You step over the fallen mindless bodies, their souls and hearts, thorns on barbed wire that tangle up your wings. Silence. You are like a wild animal caught in a trap. When I first approached you, you snarled with pearly teeth of pain. Your wings bristled, your husky yellowed claws flared. Nonetheless, I came forward and set you free. I thought we would go our separate ways, but when midnight sets in, I hear you scratching on the closed door of my heart. I open it. You have become my family. Through the torn sleeves of my soul, you lick my wounds. Air blows across my face. I open my eyes, look out my caged door at the heavy faces. I could pick out a million places where I'd like to be now. I could be anyone, anywhere. Air blows across my face. I am on the beach at Corpus Christi. It is a nice day. Lord God, I'd like to call on your hand now. Enjoyed that. I encourage you to look him up. That's a great American poet. So I'll see if Sky has something he'd like to read. Yeah. Can you choose a different one?
That's what you stopped me on.
I know, but I'd be embarrassed. Read something else.
Ode to the telephone, hip replacement ode with the Philip Peevish, unnatural legs, ode.
Maybe you need the next chapter.
Stanley Kuhn's ode. I don't know. San Francisco Bay Dawn. Pictures, dream, toxic shot. Ode to my facts.
Oh,
John's not here.
he's not here. We have to save that for later. Okay. What about Jason Reynolds? You like him? Or are you going to read something of yours? Yeah, read something of yours. All right, so we have this huge notebook right now that is collected works from the desk. Most of them are pieces that have been written for customers here or staff here at the library. But some of them are just things that we wrote in our spare time. So anyway, Sky's going to share something from that. Excuse me for just a moment. You're up. Yes.
All right, I actually wrote. Well, I just threw the book in the recycling bin, so apparently we need to recycle all these poems.
You're
But
gonna go
anyway,
straight.
so I wrote this one. I guess Friday, which is right before I left. The lady, she just said she wanted the love poem, and I was like, "What kind of love poem?"
Yeah.
And then she was all like, "What do you mean? What kind of love poem? I mean, it's all types of love poems." And she's like, "I want a sweet poem." And I'm like, "How sweet?" She's like, "Diabetes sweet." So I was like, "Okay, I got you a poem that's diabetes sweet," and I called it Diabetes Sweet. So here it is. All right, this one's for you, my lover with a sweet tooth. I should call you Sour Patch, 'cause remember back in our youth, back when I tried to chase you, but you had better things to do. I should call you Hubble Bubble for how long you made me chew. Or maybe Tootsie Roll, 'cause after you finally let me take you out for a bite, you really started to soften up, much to my delight. Like Grandma's tea, you're so sweet, got my doctor checking for diabetes. You got that sugar running in your veins. And no, it wasn't always the Candyland games. The times when we argued long into the night had me feeling like I chewed through a jawbreaker. But honestly, we go back so far, always in my back pocket, just like Annihilator. Yeah, sometimes you drive me nuts with your giggles and your snickers. Though honestly, I just feel like we're just such sweethearts when we bicker. So next time I get a craving for some dessert to eat, I know to look for you, 'cause you're my diabetes sweet. Yeah, so it's just a little poem. Mm-hmm.
Wow, I love that. You got so many candy references in there, and almost every single line has a candy reference. Really nice.
Yeah, I like referencing things in love poems. Candy is an easy subject. I like. After I did more, I feel like I could do a whole other candy diabetes sweet part 2. But I might do that.
I feel that coming.
I
Yeah.
might do a part 2,
Very good.
maybe a part 3. Because I did a Star Wars one, but I
Maybe
can't
a
really
part
read this
about
one.
putting candy bars in your coffee. too.
Yeah,
That would be like
because
a whole
me and
nother
John
level
put
of-
candy bars like, and peppermint. We're
Yeah.
very experimental what we throw in our coffee. Pam is very like, no, that
not
doesn't
so
go in
much.
coffee. That's not for coffee, guys.
Right.
What do you,
It is.
Yeah,
It's
I'm a
nice.
purist with my coffee.
no sugar, just cream, and not even white cream. It's all almond milk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I put like coconut milk though, or like butter or something like that.
You put butter in your coffee, but you complain about peppermint. Well,
Butter is
Not.
dairy fat. It's like the same thing.
It's not like Snickers.
is it buttered coffee? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I'm okay with some buttered coffee. My mother always told me everything's better with butter.
It's true.
And to this day, I've not found something. I was like, you know what? I should take the butter off of that.
Right. You can always butter. We had that conversation when we were making those cinnamon rolls because the recipe called for oil, and Christina's like, "Oh no, we're definitely putting butter." And I was like, "Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you unless you were out of butter?"
Yeah. So I want you to take a poem so I can show you how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Put some
pick
butter
a
on it.
aisle. How about the one I just did? But not on Facebook Live. They won't be able to appreciate that really. Online.
Y'all got
We're
appreciation,
talking
don't
amongst
you?
ourselves.
I mean, we can show them. I can.
What? Do you want to read it and show your pictures?
Oh, should I? Should I do this?
Is there something deeply personal in there?
You read the poem.
I know.
There's nothing deeply.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so Pam really likes when I illustrate my poems. I kind of like draw pictures and stuff in there. It's kind of it's cool. I like doing it. Nothing too fancy, but it's like children's poetry. So this is one I wrote at the what's the writing group called?
Oh, no. Right, like you mean it?
At Write Like You Mean It.
Okay.
It was my first one. I'm allowed to not know what it is, what it's called. I've only been to one officially. So yeah, I wrote this. Actually, no, I wrote this at the workshop.
At Jay's workshop.
Yeah, I wrote this at Jay Ward's workshop, because you write like you mean it in his workshops too. You get. Yeah, so, all right. She laughed at her writing, her stories, and habits. She laughed at her heart, at her feelings and her pain. She laughed at her own intensity. It was an inside joke, a joke you had to know wasn't really funny. But if you were close enough, you could realize the irony. She laughed at her heart, and she laughed at her commitments, and oh, how she wished they were the same. And she also laughed at me. But I don't know if the joke was the fact that I thought I could make the laughter spread to her eyes, or if she just knew we laughed for the same reasons. And see, it's a little picture, poem, thing. Yeah. But she wants me to help her write like that. So I'm gonna do it.
It helps to lighten up a serious subject.
Yeah, that's why I like it like that. I couldn't present it otherwise, because otherwise it seems like, it's not meant to be a sad poem. I just had it in my hand and figured it belonged with you. It was my gift. You should be throwing Kenny cats. You're welcome. Hey, so I think I'm grateful and upset.
So what else?
Is anybody on?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people on.
There are a lot of people. Dr. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you ain't gotta move.
You can have your overlord back.
Dewana, Samantha, Paul, Charles Mack, Charlie Cummings, my man Tiny. What up, Tiny? So what you reading next?
Well, I just picked up the Crown.
Oh yeah, read that.
Oh,
Read that.
please.
That's honey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I just picked this up, so I'm gonna scroll through and find. Actually, I need to go to the titles. No, they don't have one. was having OSIS.
Yeah.
You know, he got the interesting titles.
So I need to what I'm gonna do is my timeline. So
Oh, that's nasty.
I'll send them. To you. You gotta ask yourself. Stars. Same. Did y'all watch Game of Thrones?
No.
You don't watch Game of Thrones either? I'm not talking to y'all.
Well, okay, look, listen to my reason.
He
My
was
reason
asleep.
for not.
You can't give me a reason for not watching.
Yes, I can. Because in the third season, when they killed Ned Stark, that's his name, right? When they killed Ned Stark, my problem with the show was I realized they were vicious. They can kill your favorite character at a moment's notice. So I need to wait for the series to conclude before I watch it because they killed Daenerys. I'm not watching it. I'm not. You can't kill her.
Yeah, she's not dying.
She's not dead. No, she's probably not this season, but it's okay for the last one. But I have to wait to see.
No, I
this.
said one more.
I thought this was the
Yeah,
last
it's supposed to be one more.
Oh,
Well,
well,
this was supposed to be 2 hours. So 2 hours long. They're not 20 hours. I'm not like give them 2 hours.
I want a movie every time.
You want me to spoil alert? You want to tell you some stuff that's probably not expected.
I mean, look, I stopped at season 3, so it's a lot.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, it's a lot. I stopped season 3 because they started killing off main characters.
Be the rest of the day catching this up. So back to poetry.
I'm just gonna go.
Are you low key hating on Game of Thrones right now? Is that what's happening?
Pam hates on television, period.
I do hate on television.
It's television, period.
Because
Let me just sit closer to, because I want everybody out there to understand what's happening here. So I'm not a big TV guy, right? I watch reruns of like Sanford and Son all day long. Like I can watch it all day long. I'll get the Fire Stick going. They got 24 hours Sanford and Son, and I watch it literally all day long. I watch Dave Chappelle every time I get a chance on Netflix. Every one of the Netflix shows I watch over and over and over. So the Game of Thrones actually caught me by surprise. And I think it was because I watched Spartacus before. And then I said, well, let me try this Game of Thrones thing. So I fell in love with Game of Thrones, right? So I really don't know what Pam's talking about here because the Game of Thrones is like really dope. And I'm mad this is supposed to be the last series and all of that, but you're not going to throw shade on the Game of Thrones. It's just not fair because you don't watch TV. And I'm not mad at you, but you're not going to be able to just throw shade on Game of Thrones. I just wanted to put that out there.
all right.
Game of Thrones is the you know what? It's the real deal. And from a guy that doesn't watch a lot of TV, that's my show. And yeah, you can't do that. Now, if you want to get back to poetry, that's fine. But Game of Thrones is dope. I just wanted to put that out there in case anybody else is out there. Don't feel offended. I'm in love with the Game of Thrones. I binge watched the Game of Thrones. Also on the Fire Stick, they have this 24-hour Game of Thrones channel too. So if you need to catch up, it plays in 24 hours. All of it,
Because
everything.
people should definitely.
People should definitely do that.
People
And
should
then go
spend
right
24 hours of
Watching
watching Game of Thrones.
Now, I'm gonna let you.
This is your mom saying, "Get a life."
They kill main characters. Don't
My
watch
life
any
is-
show where they'll kill your favorite character. No.
My life is this, Game of Thrones and San Francisco.
That's why I don't watch Walking Dead either, because they kill main characters.
I've not watched Walking Dead. Pam wants you to read a poem. But she's
Yeah, move it.
All right, this is by Hanif. We went and saw him, you know. So this is a poem that title hit me kinda because I remember the exact moment I found it.
Before he gets on, Serby is on her way to the library, y'all. So we're gonna really get
Dope.
down in a minute.
That's
Okay,
Serby.
sorry.
Dope Serby. All right. So this poem is called "At the House Party," where we found out Whitney Houston was dead. Yeah. What? The title struck me because I remember the exact moment. I am tucked in the corner, underneath a choir of arching floorboards, wailing for sympathy from about 4 dozen relentless feet. And I am telling Jasmine that there is like one song that everyone at this party knows all of the words to. I tell her we are all born of the 80s, all born of parents who watched the revolution shove itself into a too small suit at the turn of a decade that left them in homes with welcome mats that read, "Your hearts are the lost luggage at the airport of the next generation." I tell her this because we have earned one song we all know the words to in the same way we have earned this breeze sitting on top of our skin tonight and staying, the way any good apology does. While we scroll through our iPods shouting out 80s pop songs we both kind of love like a secret. And we keep scrolling right up until someone runs into this room that is over capacity by at least 9 righteous glowing bodies and tells us that Whitney Houston woke up dead in Los Angeles 2 hours ago. Our friend Amber is like 5 PBRs deep and drunk enough to yell at her boyfriend for the Whitney Houston-less iPod he has been using to DJ this party. We, the war generation, the only way we know how to bury our dead is with blood or sweat or sex or anything pouring from wet skin to signify we were here, and the wooden floor of a basement belonging to an old house on Neal Avenue makes as good a burial ground as any, says the small boombox now playing DJ in the center of this room, and the Whitney CD inside, pouring out of the speakers just loudly enough to let everyone in this room get a small taste of Whitney, alive and young, and telling us exactly how to squeeze exactly what we are owed out of this Saturday night. When I don't understand where love lies, and in the way I will understand where love lives in coming months, but I understand there's a saxophone solo about 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the song, How Will I Know? And I'm pretty sure love has a vacation home there. And we are all invited tonight when steam rises off of these bodies like a sacrifice. And the first time I see Jasmine cry is when we are watching all of our friends convert grief into perspiration. I tell her that I see our reflection in the pools of sweat, and we look like 2 flowers that have never stopped opening. I say, we bloom so wide by the end of this night, won't nothing in the city be able to hold us. Later, we press our backs into the roof of a house that even at 4 a.m. sways with us like a metronome of well-timed memorial. The sky is unchanged and careless and wrapped around us both like our long-discarded childhoods. I look up and ask myself again why the stars have so long tolerated the audacity of clouds. I laugh loudly and tell Jasmine that it is impossible for a human being to wake up dead. She is already asleep. Yeah, that was from the book. Yeah, go check it out. I like that poem. Just a segue. So it was funny to me because when I first found out Whitney Houston was dead, I was very outraged because I was in the house, and it was when I lived with a family that was all Caucasian. And the thing about it was I started blasting Whitney Houston music immediately, playing I Will Always Love You. And my boyfriend at the time, that's who I was dating, his mom was like, "Can you turn that down?" I'm like, "Whitney Houston's died." She's like, "Who?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "She's saying I always love you." She's like, "You mean Dolly Parton?" And I was so offended in that moment. Like, I had to like leave the house and like blast the radio outside because I was too offended to be in the house because she didn't know who Whitney Houston was. So when I saw that, it just made me think of that moment. So I was really upset. So I'm like, "You don't know who Whitney Houston is?" Like, I have in a house, but they don't know Whitney.
See, and you're so young. I was trying to think like,
25, 23. Remember when you died? Whitney's been through my whole life. When I was 5 years old, I used to walk up to strangers and open my arms and sing, "And I Will Always Love You" to everybody. That was my thing. I used to do that. And I, like, that was my thing.
One of my favorite songs to hear sing also is
Oh, yes. One of my favorite songs I did.
Friends of mine that I dated saying, I want to run to museums. My eyeballs just swelled up. Like, my eyeballs were just like, wow. To be able to hit that note like the first one, it's just ridiculous. So, yeah. So, what else we doing? You want phones?
I mean, apparently I'm not allowed to pick my phone. My phone choice Big Pam's had, so. But that's kind of the stuff in the book.
Yeah, well, Hanif is very, and his poetry is different. He's actually he's telling stories very different in his poetry.
The
It's
most,
not-
yeah.
His metaphors come across real subtle, but it's so creative. Like, you're like, did you just hit me with a metaphor? You know what I mean? It's like, well, we can just do it like that. Yeah, his work is very special.
See, I don't think they could hear all he said. He said Hanif's work is very special. The way he writes his metaphors. Yeah. I didn't say it like John did, but I feel like y'all couldn't hear him.
Oh, yeah, hold on. No, you're fine. I gotta check this.
Oh, he's running away. All right.
So forgive me, I'm updating Instagram. That's important.
Here she is telling us we can't watch Game of Thrones, but she can spend hours on a day on Instagram. Mm-hmm.
Letting people know that the poet is in for the people who aren't on Facebook Live right now.
So I'm just going to show y'all our little book flash so y'all see how much work has been done over the course of this month. Like, y'all see all these poems. Like, no, this is just like, no, it's more. No, there's more. See all this? Like, this is poetry. This is what we doing this month. All of this. Yeah, that was it.
So, something I was just thinking about. So for National Poetry Month, a lot of people commit to write 30 poems during the month. So guess what? You want to come work with us over here? You can write 30 poems in a day.
You can. You really can. You can just write a
We're
poem.
doing some real serious work over here.
We are.
So yeah, I was happy when I counted, 10 days into the month that I had already exceeded my goal. And it's all good. We're
Yeah.
busy.
I exceeded my goal when I didn't have a goal, but when I found out that there was a thing where you're supposed to write 30 poems a month for a poetry in the month of Poetry Month, I'd already written 35. So before I even set my goal, I already reached it. So I don't know what you call that, but I'm a procrastinator. I like to do stuff before, so I have a lot of time to do nothing after.
That's how we do it. Yes.
Pam's not a procrastinator. Don't let her lie, because as soon as she finishes work, she looks for more. Once I finish what I have to do, I stop. Pam will still continue looking for more. She's like, okay, I'm done. What's next? And I'm like, I am done for the next hour. I'm good. Like, in an hour, I can look for something to do, but I need to get, yeah. So that's a difference. You're just some hard work. I'm a procrastinator. So.
You're right. I like to keep it moving all the time.
Yeah, people see me doing nothing, and I just tell them I'm procrastinating, but it's not that. It's like I do it before. Like, I wake up first thing in the morning, get all my work done, then I'm like, I'm just doing nothing for the next 3 hours. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I did it before y'all woke up. I'm good. Yeah. Like this morning, I had written a couple things last night before I did everything else. But then I couldn't go back to sleep. So I'm tired today. Do we still have lunch runs? We'll just try next day out.
We do. Yes. All right. Successfully updated.
Okay. Now we want to go on your lesson. Look, studies. Oh.
Hey, thanks for
That
coming
was
out.
fast.
We
Not that far from
have not used
just
this
right outside.
printer
Oh.
because it needed some toner.
Yeah, we have someone replacing our printer. I don't think they want to be on live, but yeah, that's what's
You
up.
can if you want to shout out to Facebook Live. See you at the poetry desk making
Yeah.
magic,
Yeah.
running our mouths when we're not making magic?
Oh man, you could be famous.
Yeah.
You said you think you're already famous. You're already famous. What you
Almost.
do? Who are you?
I know I got a picture with Kemba Walker, and I'm on that. So not the TV show, but it's like Bleacher Report. I'm on there, so that kind of baby tell
Nice. We do what we can.
Pants copy.
Yeah. So that's an annual publication. They have a big contest. The one that's marked is the one that won the contest. So I submitted something like
Oh, yeah,
that
you told me
to
about
that,
it.
but mine is not in there. So, that happens. Even some famous people have told me that they submit 20 things and one of them gets picked up. So I didn't feel bad about it. I just wanted to know why he's doing it.
See, it almost sounds good to me, but then it gets, yeah. See, I have a problem with a lot of like published poetry because it's confusing. And my thing is, poetry is for sending a voice, speaking a message. So if everyone can't understand it, then your goal has been failed. If your analogy is too deep for someone off the street to catch, then who are you really writing this poem for? That's
So I'm
my
going to jump in
personal-
here on this one because this conversation came up yesterday. I was with a friend and she had a family member visiting and we were talking about poetry and she said, I don't read poetry because I don't understand it.
Yeah, and that's the
I
whole
said,
thing.
art should meet you where you are. So whether you understand it the same way as the poet who wrote it, that doesn't really matter if you get something from it. But if it has language that you can't understand or the references are too,
Uh-oh, dope people are coming in,
too, but if the references are too hard for you to grasp without a doctorate degree, or if you need a dictionary just to get through the poem, then that is not
You're
what
not-
we're looking for.
You're not
That's
furthering the art.
Right, you're
It's-
not. You're not helping anybody with that.
Yeah.
I guess there are people who are in university settings who are just writing for each other.
Yeah, that's what it
All
sounds
right,
like. Y'all
then.
just writing for everybody in
But,
university, so can y'all have a separate contest?
Exactly. But for the rest of the world, if we're trying to make a difference, we need to use language that people can actually understand. And
And
that
relate
doesn't
to.
mean dumbing it down to a third grade level. But think about it. Who are we trying to impress when we throw in references and words that nobody's going to get? So anyway, that's all I have to say about that. But I was glad that somebody was courageous enough to say that that's how they actually found out about poetry, and I gave them some names of poets they should check out.
Yeah.
Because there are plenty of people that are writing work that is more honest.
I used to have a problem with my poetry because I tend to speak very simply, but you just gotta. It's more about the feeling conveyed than the words used. As long as everyone can understand and feel something, I'm good. That's my goal. My goal is not to write something that dazzles you with my tales of how witty and smart I am, because that's not needed in a poem. Unless I'm writing a poem about how witty and smart I am, which I might write just because I said it. But yeah. So wait, I'm gonna say hey to people. Hey, Paul Kroon, Jazwana Porter, Erica Boujou, Return Sanders, Samantha Tidwell, Charles Mack McLean, Charlie Currents, and Philip Pick. I got some interesting names. I see that little alliteration there. Y'all secretly superheroes? Because Charlie Current sound like you like a superhero name, like Money Shot. Like that's how those goes. And Philip Pick, I don't know. You might be like the Afro Avenger. I don't know, something going on there. That's, they always have alliteration in superhero
Hey
names.
guys, how you
Yeah.
doing?
It's dope, Serby.
here.
Don't me,
Yeah.
Come on, we saved you a chair. Join
Yeah.
us.
You guys gotta have at least 3 poets.
Survive
And
spring break.
yeah, now she can take her break. She was telling me she doesn't take breaks on spring break. That's her work period. Parents
One
don't
more
get parents don't get time off on spring break. They get more time to do more work. So I'm not a parent. I have godchildren, but I don't see them. We're talking. Anyway,
Are you guys working on something?
we're just poets
Colin.
and
Yes.
No, we just been running our mouth so far, but we've been talking about our plans for the future,
yeah.
which include putting together a book of the work created through because that's the one. So look how thick our notebook is, and that's not even everything. That's a lot of everything, but not everything, because we haven't really kept a copy of everything. I know I've had several that have gone out without keeping a copy.
So I still have this from when I don't remember what this was from, but we were talking about we could do a
that's when we
slam
were
or a
talking
competition
to
or a scavenger hunt
Shane,
for
right.
writing
That's
prompts.
for next month, right?
Yeah, for May 11th, but May 11th is going to be different now. So, as I understand it, May 11th there's going to be it's the last day of Charlotte Shout Festival,
Mhm.
and there's going to be a poetry slam marathon at 3 different locations.
So you
So-
start at one and you keep going to the other ones.
Right,
Well, I'm
there'll
gonna
be
be
a
in
30-minute break between them. So one of them will be here at Maine, but I don't know the details on the other 2. So when we get more information, we'll update you on that.
Yeah, come next and be in
Good
it.
stuff.
I'm
May
a-
11th.
Yeah, look up. Y'all see Ja? You see him? He right there in the corner. He coming. Take the space out. Yeah, that takes more. That takes more coordination than I have. It took more coordination than I had.
What
You
happened?
get some entry
I was trying to
music.
follow you with my
Pointing you
finger,
out that you were walking around in the
but
background.
it took a little bit
Oh,
more
what?
coordination.
Yeah,
Oh.
apparently.
I'm here now.
Yeah. All the poets are in.
All the
I'm
poets
gonna
in
write
there right now.
something like that.
Oh, you have something to write? Okay. Do you want the computer or the
No,
typewriter?
I don't know
paper?
who's not here.
Old fashioned? Camera?
Yeah, I
Old
need
school.
old school.
All right.
You're too young to be old school.
That's why I said it. So what you say the next sentence?
So who's in? Anybody in?
There's a few
There's a
people
bunch of
in.
Gingers in.
Hey, Ginger Snaps.
Unique Johnson.
How come you keep avoiding me? I hear
Yeah.
like every time I'm not here, you pop up. Now I wasn't here once, so that's all it took. But every time I'm not here, you pop up.
So who's on this Pam? This was you was reading?
No, I had read. She didn't read.
She didn't read again?
Yeah.
When the Black Lady Sings. Wow.
we were talking about pretentious poetry, and that's we had a segue because I was saying like she was showing the poem that won a contest,
Come here.
No, no.
and it kind of lost me a little bit with the
I
word
use this
choosing.
one
Yes.
on the floor.
Should I read it? Should I read it?
You can. I'm sure. That's fine.
No, how about you read it? Yeah, there you go.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna write something.
Oh,
You can have.
I'm good.
No, go ahead. There's more. No, there's more over here. There's more. No. What's going on, Scott? Did you want me to just read it?
I'm just gonna read a whole different poem because I didn't want to read that one. It's too pretentious. So just saying, yeah.
Is that what it was?
In one Grimm's fairy tale, a woodcutter's son frees the genie from a tree and is rewarded with a silver axe. In another, a knight rescues a genie who rises from a bottle in a pillar of smoke. The wishes granted always lead to problems, as when Aladdin rubbed his magic lamp. Tonight, I hold my iPhone in my hand, slim as a cigarette case in a 40s movie. Slide my fingers over its smooth surface, and here comes Siri, speaking to me in the dulcet tones of the new technology. Make a U-turn, she tells me, as soon as you can. Your life is moving in the wrong direction. That was called Genie by Linda Pastan. It's in the, Southern Poetry Review. It's one you can submit to. It hosts a yearly publication, apparently for the last 60 years or so. So that was just a little excerpt. You see that. Yeah. All right.
She's coming later. She said she's coming.
See, no, I have her on a Thursday and a Friday. I didn't have her on today. No, I'm saying,
I'm gonna go into the
here, I have it right here.
You gonna submit anything for the book? It's almost built.
She's on the 25th and 26th. I shared this one.
I know, but I spoke with her in person. I don't know what's wrong.
So
She said
no,
26.
and you're scheduled to be here tomorrow. You know that?
I'm not scheduled to be here.
You are.
Yeah, I thought you were. He's in Atlanta right now.
And you said Sporty's coming tomorrow, right?
Is he? Oh yeah, sports car tomorrow.
I think
Definitely.
I might change mine from tomorrow to today.
Why?
I
We
don't
need
know
you
what
every
tomorrow
day.
is like right now.
I am
Oh.
are here today. So.
Yeah.
Old.
Schedule is-
All right.
We'll take you any day, anyway.
Yeah, I come anytime.
Anytime,
Around the
any
corner.
place, I don't know.
All right. Oh, and Jamaica's here on Friday night. Jamaica
Friday?
Really?
Yeah. Jamaica's the one that walked by and stopped to read her poem.
Yeah. I definitely want her to. I want to have a conversation with her. No, I like what she wrote.
She said she's going to come on Thursday to our open house.
That'd be great. We'll be excited to see it. Yeah.
This one is signed up on Wednesday, but
Yeah.
You said they get out the meeting at 2? We get out the meeting at 2?
I think so.
I just performing for Facebook Live. Do y'all realize this is the last week?
We still got a couple of days next week, but yeah, it's the
Well, it's the last week.
We got 2 days next week. This is the last week of National Poetry Month, but it is only week for almost week 16 of National Poetry Year. You know,
What happened?
week 16 of National Poetry Year, and you know, yeah.
Where did time go?
It's only year 1 of National Poetry Decade. And it's only a moment in the National Poetry Forever movement. So, you know, if it doesn't really matter, you can write any time. Let me put your book back in there for it.
Oh yeah, because that does definitely not need to.
This is personal.
So we're gonna do a writing prompt up here. We're gonna look at a video on writing or what? Oh, you're ready, what? I'm not gonna just.
Is this the one you wanna
I don't know if this is ready to read.
I meant to jazz up to the illustrations with.
Oh.
Since you say it that way.
I mean, maybe because it does have a lot of.
I need to get rid of this because it's cold. I don't know.
That's
I've been up-
references.
I've been up and down so much today. Like, what's going on?
I've been very busy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this poem by Amari Baraka, also known as Leroy Jones. It's called Influence of, just because I flipped to it.
Here on that book.
Yeah,
I'll do that after this.
because it is falling apart. You know, Black mind is mine, a mine for the gold of past and future. Shine your gold black light out of your mind into the mind of our time. Be James Brown and wish into the line, to the mind is straight with rhythm flying, change up stride in blinding light. And JB be digging out flows, black streams, black gush, black shouting gold, forcing heaven back above, hover, strutting round bees. JB James Brown, a rich man, a priest of gold. Energy figures, black juice, royal time, Brown James Brown. Floods and gushes of energy, rivers of movement, oceans of yeah, Brown James, oceans of yeah. In gold, green, orange, and James, in maroon, chartreuse, silver, and brown, James, JB, digging in the black gold mine. All the world and heavens moan forever in sweet black angelic boogalucence. Yeah.
I gotta take that cover back.
Well, she said she's gonna
Yeah,
repair it.
got it.
Yeah, we're gonna repair it.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I was like,
I mean-
I pulled it out and I was like, oh,
Yeah, it fell apart. It was coming apart when I got it.
it was. I mean,
Yeah, we need some real,
Yeah, I just think so.
some real good tape for that. Yeah.
yeah.
Got some upstairs.
And then I'm going back to talk to the young lady in the room so I can get my Mother's Day stuff together.
Oh, Aubrey. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's here.
Yeah, I saw I went in there a little
we
too
got,
early.
we got, came back. Mm-hmm.
What's happening, prime time? You're gonna live a long time because he just messaged you and said if I got in touch with you.
Yeah, I had to get your car. Like, we talked. And I was like, no,
Yeah,
but,
yeah. I came through here last week.
Yeah, I was a little late that day.
Yeah, no,
I was
it's
a
all
little
good.
late that day.
So good, man. I wanted to just let you know that the pony rope was like, it was a success.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's the end game right there.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on one second. Let me just. This is the wife right here.
oh, you got on speakerphone.
Hey, babe.
Well, not speaker yet, but I don't know.
Oh no, I just walked past the library, taking stuff down to give away, but no. Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's not. It's standing in front of it.
Yeah, I need to do that. Today for sure.
Remember Mr. Mark Pendergrass? That's who just came back, to tell the results of, the poems I wrote for him and his wife, the ones with the kids and whatnot.
My brother's on. My brother.
Kids
my brother
worth
Rich is
$500,000.
I'm still waiting for the poem, my dude. Now, read the one. Can you?
Wait,
Oh, he was waiting for you to read. That's what he was saying. He was waiting on.
read what other way?
I don't know.
What
How are you
poem?
gonna read?
I have no idea. Felicia, hey Felicia.
I don't know what poem. I feel like he was talking about the poem that didn't
You
want
ready?
to
Look. I shouldn't have said nothing. We would have got you walking across.
I don't think you would. She is too aware. So we have a secret person in the group who just avoids being on live.
Right.
One day y'all might catch her. You might catch a glimpse of her, but she avoids all the cameras in the library.
Right.
So
Only thing she do is come out and drop prompts over here. All the
yeah,
time. That's all she
she
does.
just leaves work.
So I came through because I wanted to tell you.
All right,
like,
Mr.
so
Mark
I
Pendergrass is back.
videotaped you,
Oh, did you?
and I videotaped you singing.
Right.
So
Okay.
I let her hear it. And it sort of resonated, but I said, well, maybe I'll recite it.
Mm-hmm.
So I know she likes this. Not Ella May, her. There's a song by her that she likes. So I don't know if I play music.
Yeah, you
and stuff
told
like
me.
that. So
Yeah.
I was gonna learn it because I
Mhm.
went on the YouTube and I saw I could learn, but it was like too much. I didn't have time for that.
Right.
So I just found an instrumental,
Mm-hmm.
recited it over that,
Yeah.
and then she was like, it kind of resonated a little bit more. And then,
Mm-hmm.
so then I was like, I feel like writing something. I'm sitting there, I'm working home, so I'm sitting at home. So I said, I'm gonna write a piece, and then recite it. But then I was gonna email it to her and play it. So I, because I was like, I was gonna read it, but I wrote it. Like the next day, I was like, let me just recite it. And then we were just about to go to bed. And I was like, come check this out. And I played it, and it came over really.
That's what's up.
I was like, I wanted you to hear it. I was
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
definitely.
I gotta bring this.
Hey
by, so
Felicia, how you
check it out.
doing?
So
Peace.
this encouraged me because actually I was like, after that night, after coming over here, like 5 titles just popped in my head of things to write to her,
Right.
and then and I
You
was
wrote
hoping-
to her.
Yeah, so I was like, I hope I remember. I hope I remember the next morning because I'm like, I'm about to go to bed. I didn't want to go get a pen, but these titles just like popped in my head, and one of them was called "At Least."
Okay.
So I'm gonna play it and let you hear it, and you can see if you. I mean, you're a poet, so y'all can conceptualize what I'm saying.
I'm doing good, Miss Felicia. I'm doing wonderful.
So
I'm glad you
we're
are doing
on live.
good.
Do you want it to be shared with our audience?
He was the one who got an interview live last time.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, it's fun. I mean, I'm just gonna.
Just to be aware, we can.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. We're just gonna play.
And I was lost. I was lost in the moment. But this is why we do what we do. This is it right here.
So this was This is your piece. I'm gonna just play it so
Okay.
you can hear it.
At least 14,600 times, at least. Once in the morning and once at night, at least. Before we turn on the light.
Oh, somebody's calling. Money.
At least have the
calls.
courtesy not to interrupt the poem.
And say goodnight. I love you is often how I greet you. At least. It's been at least twice a day for 365 days the last 20 years. At least. Since we've been married, that I confess my love to you. To you. 14,600 times at least. But there has to be more. I love you. I love you more. I love you more. I love you most is what we say to each other, which means it's been more than 14,600 times. At least, if you count the days, we say it more. When you came into my life, I knew we would be together for a long time. At least that is what I thought after we said I love you. Long talks on the phone, short walks from home. We were neighbors before we became roommates for life. The I do's made you my wife. At least that is what we vowed. Only at death do we part. 1999, we said I do. And when we did, our mantra of love became our vision statement of life. At least 14,600 times. We vocalized our mission. So over 14,600 times over 20 years, we said, I love you. At least.
Happy wife. Make a happy life.
That was
Yeah.
Mark Pendergrass with
Yeah.
So
At Least.
it started with. She always says I'm about numbers, so it started with an equation: twice a day,
Right.
7 days a week, times 30 times a month, times 20 years.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
the 14,600 was that equation, and she was just like, so yeah.
So she know you did your work.
Yeah.
You just throw that together.
I
Just
love
know.
you. I love you more. We say that.
Right.
So it's like, it was kind of cool. Yeah. So,
Yeah. No, that's kind of dope. That's, that's dope. Yeah.
At 32 years, you're just over 1 billion seconds together. So just know. I have to write
That's
a
a lot of
poem
seconds.
for the CEO, and he's been together 32 years, and I did math for that one. That was 30. It was over 1 billion seconds, like 1,100,000 seconds at 32 years.
Wow. Wow.
So just, you guys inspired me to write a little
That's
something.
what's up.
So I
That's
was like,
what's up. That's when it counts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It counts when it inspires you to do something next.
Yeah.
You know?
Because that one touched her, and then she was like, "Whoa!" So
Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Those are the vibes we look for.
Yeah.
Because it means that much more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've never met or known somebody before, and then they give you this thing, and it just comes from what you.
Yeah.
It just comes from your conversation.
Yeah. So what I did was, this was the one you wrote, and I just put it to some music, but I read it kind of like similar how you read it. I guess I was trying to figure that
And that's you on the chords.
it's not me. Actually, I found an instrumental.
Okay.
But now I'm gonna learn the song.
Yeah, you can do it now because you can hear it.
Yeah. Because I don't read music.
Me either. I gotta hear it. I can kind of find my way. That's it.
20 plus years. And now she and they and I just are.
I wrote
The
that.
crowd jumped to his voice. The husband, man, and father. Carrying the busy of New York City to the new for banking. It was as if his voice bounced his way through the Big Bang theory of fatherhood and promise.
Wow.
It seems as if new lights spring from the sacredness of great family planning and purpose. The mighty in his presence, even as he made mention of the next honeymoon. And this moment, dancing in the midst of a library setting, telling the story, reliving the moments that speak of promise and of the purpose when it sounds like we and they belong only to this union. The one that sounds like the melody and family, and now we become us, single in the idea of one stride.
Yeah.
The steady of any heated moment, and this family love extended beyond the barriers and boundaries that some say have become extinct. But this moment, when the wise man smiles, when his love for his family pours out of his memory bank, it speaks louder than the quiet in the settled night.
Yeah.
Larger than life, this man, this brother, his moment, his family, and this union built in the sure fact that love still conquers all.
Yeah. Can you send me that? Can you email me that?
Yeah,
Can I have
yeah,
that?
yeah.
I'm gonna give you my email address.
I was like,
Bro.
yo,
I wrote that.
yeah, your words, man.
Yo.
And then so when I saved it, because at first I didn't remember. I was trying to look for you, like your name. I was like, because we was talking so much, I don't think we
Yeah.
kind of connected on the.
We didn't connect on
Yeah,
nothing. We
so,
just, yeah.
I named it "Love Conquers All."
Wow.
Love still conquers all. That's how I saved it as a note,
Got you.
and then I
Got you.
sent it to her. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna send this to you right now.
Let me give you my email.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on, we can do
So
this right
we'll
now.
switch from it.
Oh no, that's unique cat. It's the
Oh, wow.
right here.
So Josh Smalls. Right?
Josh Smalls, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I did. Look, I put "Love Still Conquers,"
Wow.
and I put Josh Smalls.
But you
for Mark
you
Pendergrass.
did the thing to it, though.
Yeah. So the
You
music
did the
behind
thing
it.
to
Yeah.
It always
And then I was no poet. I never really read like publicly. So I was trying to read it with the music to kind of flow. Just
You
as
did
a
it.
musician, I'm
Yeah.
like,
No, you did it. You
yeah.
did
So
it.
I mean, you
did
could just plug your
Okay,
info
okay,
so
okay.
wherever you want to go.
it.
So now, when you mentioned the whole next honeymoon thing, we're gonna be going to Europe. We're going to London and France.
Right, because you told me I was going on the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
probably
yeah.
try to write a piece.
For,
and
yeah.
kinda
And
under the Eiffel Tower, just like break something out to her. Yeah.
Wow,
Because we was
yeah.
gonna hit up the Eiffel Tower. You know, these romantic spaces or whatever.
yeah.
We're definitely
If I wasn't on Facebook Live, I'd probably cuss right now.
gonna.
Like that. You don't realize what you're doing
Yeah,
in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wrote that shit. Like I wrote that.
Off the cuff.
Off the cuff. Well,
Yeah.
but
Well, I mean, off of a conversation.
that's
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
gave me.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah.
a feel person. That's what
Yeah,
you gave
yeah.
me. And
But
that's
people
bruh.
can't lyrically, musically, poetically take just a conversation and write something like that. So
No, yeah.
I think I told my brothers back up and, yo, send it, I want to hear it. And I was just telling them about,
Right,
National
right.
Poet, so it was just, I just
Yeah.
had to come share that with you.
Bro, I appreciate it. I like what you did with it though.
Yeah.
Like to put it I like doing my stuff to music. I have tons of stuff that I have to music that I just have. I started a book called Love Chronicles, and the poem it's really, the poems are really dark poems. I was going through some heartache stuff, and I put it to music. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you. Matter of fact, when you send me that, I'll send you what I
Yeah.
sent, what I did for my mom.
Okay.
I'll send you a piece you can pay for my mom. play it for your wife. She'll love it.
Yeah.
She'll love it. Trust me, she'll love it. One of my favorite joints that I've ever done.
I'd
So
love to come like when you guys are when we're doing stuff. I'd love to come
I'm gonna
check
send
out.
you my
Yeah.
Tuesday stuff. We are doing an open mic here too, but I'm gonna send you my Tuesday slam night.
Okay.
And you can come to that. I'll forward you the flyer and everything. So you know stuff too. Oh, that should say something to me,
Yeah.
bruh. I wrote that. Wow. You did your thing. I'm gonna check now.
Yeah.
You did your
Let me
thing
know
on
which
that.
email it came from. I got it.
It came from this one. So well, I'm gonna put it on live.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's
And then I'm gonna send you something right now.
Yeah.
Right back. Wow. That was
Yeah.
Eee.
That's right.
Man. It's amazing the stuff that you end up doing and not even realizing what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's in. I'm trying to find out where I got it stored at. It's not there. No. Let me see if it's. I'm trying to find. I think it's RDM promo. It's in one of these. Oh, here it is. This is the one. And this is one of my favorites. I actually did this for my mom, but it's a dedication to basically all Black women. Once you see it, and it's actually, there's not a woman alive who can't find her place in that poem. Not a woman alive. She can, in that piece, she'll find a place. And that was a signature piece in my book that I dedicated to my mom. Actually, my mom's picture on the cover.
Oh, nice.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the one I sent you is the signature piece.
Got you.
In here.
And that's your book of
Yeah,
work.
this is one. This is my first book. And that's my second one. And I'm writing. I have 3 in the works right now at one time. My mind doesn't allow me to focus on one thing. I go from here to here and bounce around. So eventually I'll get it all done. But I like what you did with that joint right there.
Yes, I definitely just wanted to. You're here for
I appreciate it.
couple more days.
Man. Well, we might be here a little more than that. So we're on it. Yeah.
Thanks for reminding him. He's all on one accord.
Let me know what you think about that after you let it hear. Check it out too, because I think you'll like it.
All right.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to
Thank
see
you.
Thanks, because I came by and she was here. So, yeah. Thank you so
See,
much.
you dope like that.
I'm dope.
So, Sylvie, why don't I have you? Oh, because I'm blocking you. That's why you're not in there.
Maybe service. I think service.
You want to read Earth Day?
You want to read
Earth Day.
everything?
So we're doing Earth
Yeah, come on.
Seal Clifton. She's a classic.
Nikki Vaughn, what's up, mama? Kevin, what's up, Kevin? Kevin's in the house. Come on.
They got us on Unity.
Seal Clifton.
Man, I wrote that. Yo, like that was really dope. Like I wrote that.
Not only did you write that was one of your pieces you gave away, didn't think about it again. That's just the runoff of your artistry.
Right. Made a special anniversary for somebody.
I need to get a. Well, I have a copy, so I can type it. I wrote that.
So I'm going to read a poem for Earth Day. And I can't say the author's name.
Lucille Clifton.
Okay, Lucille Clifton.
Yeah.
The earth is a living thing, is a black shambling bear, ruffling its wild back and tossing mountains into the sea. Is a black hawk circling the burying ground, circling the bones picked clean and discarded. Is a fish black blind in the belly of water, is a diamond blind in the black belly of coal. The earth is a living thing, is a black and living thing, is a favorite child of the universe. Feel her rolling her hand in its kinky hair. Feel her brushing it clean. Happy Earth Day.
So the person who just came and picked up a poem somebody I've known for a number of years. She was a student at the school where I worked, so I've known her since she was a kindergartner. Anyway, she works here at the library now. So she asked for a poem, and she wrote notes about herself and her family. And her notes were so poetic, so really perfect, that I just took her notes and made them into a series of haiku, and then added a little bit at the end based on what I know of her. So we shared that with her, and she loved it, and it was great fun too. It was, it was a good exercise. Another happy customer.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
I'm just listening to it. I'm turning it off now because I'm the outside. Never have nobody come. I'm having myself.
Right?
Y'all, like that's easy.
No, that's good when you can make yourself cry, right?
Imagine when you hear this 10 years from now. Like, oh, that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that because you're working on a collection of love poems, right?
Mhm.
I'm working on a collection of relationship-related poems. You've done a lot of
Love poems.
Like-
I have a whole.
right
There
love
was a whole
poems,
8-9 years of my life. I have a formula for writing love poems now. I can write love poems.
and then we have all the kind of like family poems, friendship poems, things like that. I mean, that's like a whole thing, just relationship
Anthology of us.
related, so I was thinking it could be like love and other relationships,
I like kind of anthology.
I'm going to
of us.
announce something. Well, I'm not going to do it online. Remind me to tell you that because I don't want to put it out there
Okay.
yet. But I'm going to tell you what I'm doing with that.
We can pause y'all, put y'all on.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't got.
No, we'll. Is anybody on? Nobody's on. Yeah, nobody's on. Let's stop it. So we can have some business
The
talk.
poet is out for a
Poet is
moment.
out. We're gonna go to. It's
Bye,
on the
y'all.
beat anyway.
We
so
got
we'll be
we got
back
private
shortly.
time. Y'all can't know all the business. Poet is out.
Okay.